whatever kind of energy he have, it won't matter come Saturday night. Because he's going to have to be very alert. He's going to have to be on his game. He's going to have to be on point. He's just, he got a lot to deal with on Saturday. He's dealing with somebody that really is trying to not punch at him, punch through him. So, like, that's he's gonna have to deal with that onslaught. Deontay is one of those fighters, like I said before. He's not punching at the target; he's punching through it. He's trying to send you to the next dimension. And this is why a fighter that punches like this and talks like this, and he have intent like this, he don't mind saying he's ready to go out on his shield because he know what he's trying to do to you. That's his way of telling you. So you better be trying to do that to me. He don't have no mercy in his heart when it comes to boxing. He's just one of them individuals. Outside the ring, he'll love and kiss you, beat it with that buddy, everything. Bro, in that ring, he just know how to go into that zone. He's trying to punch through you and send you to somewhere you never been before, like another dimension. So you got, I advise like any heavyweight, like I said before, don't fuck around when you box. I even tell the guys that sparring him, don't go in there playing, because he's not playing. He is not playing. Even with 18, 20-ounce gloves on, I've seen him do horrific things to human beings. And I would never say their names.
Just speaking about sparring.
Horrific things to human beings.
Like hospital? Like ER?
Bro, I wouldn't. Listen, guys, a lot of this stuff, people say things and it's like propaganda, and I get that. I've never seen, I'm going to say this, you guys know I've been in training camps all my life and stuff like that, right? I've never seen no one with 18, 20-ounce gloves on do to men what Deontay do to them. It's barely you see this stuff with 8 and 10-ounce gloves on, what he do with 18 and 20-ounce gloves on. I'm talking, and to people that can fight. He's a very serious puncher. He's a very serious individual. He's in a very serious, violent mode right now. And, the chips is all going to fall in his place on Saturday, and I believe he's going to do it in a very, very grand fashion. He's going to pass whatever test people have for him with flying colors.
What was the key to adding to his skill set, the same skill set that he trusted pretty much his whole career to get him to win him championships? And what was the key to getting him to trust your system?
It was easy because even though Deontay is a pure puncher and a knockout artist, what he is at the same time, to get those knockouts, he's very patient. And to be very patient, that's a skill set in having patience. Deontay always know what type of, we'll say, detailed boxer type of guy, technicality type of guy that I am. So he felt as though, and I felt as though too, that it would add on to his repertoire. Hiring me. It would add in so many ways. Some people say, they call me a hype man. We're going to fix all that. I'm Deontay Wilder's hype man. I'm Deontay Wilder's head trainer. I'm Deontay Wilder's spiritual lifter. I am the voice of Deontay Wilder when he don't feel like talking. Deontay Wilder's my brother. Label that whatever you want. If you guys see me training fighters in the future, when I train a fighter, it's me and my fighter against the fucking world. I am a hype man for my people. My people is whoever it is on my side. I am everything for people that, especially my brothers that box, because I know what it takes to get in there. A young lady just lost her life the other day in the ring. She had no clue that was going to happen. So it's me and Deontay and our team against them. Sugar Hill is one of the guys I respect, but if you notice, like, we're not talking to each other because it's a silent agreement of this is war. You get what I'm saying? That's just what it is. And real soldiers and war, and people that's really into this, they know what that. It's not even took personal. It's we're treating each other accordingly. If I'm in a fighter's corner, man, it's fuck you. If you're fighting my guy, and it's fuck your people. And if don't nobody like it, if y'all see me somewhere y'all want to, that's how it's just going to be. Because this sport is. I watch people literally die in this sport. The amateur kid, he was talking to his girlfriend on the phone. See, when I get home tomorrow, baby, he go home and die in the ring. That was his last conversation. Like, you know what I mean? So I have a real understanding for Deontay when it comes to the violent mentality. And it's real peculiar too, man, because even when I'm boxing, my intent is not Deontay's intent. I'm cool with beating somebody up, being flashy on them, showing some slick shit, winning them, yeah, I get it to say. But when it comes, that's how you know, like, energy is everything. Because I knew the mission Deontay was going to be on for this fight. And I automatically was in that mode too. Especially, I'm looking at my brother with a dent in his head. You know what I mean? And his allegations of a metal going against his head, and it was a real dent. I never seen it. I'm looking at like, hold on, this shit is crazy. And so
Malik,
I'm just all for it, man. I like Deontay being very violent.
when you were sparring with him, some people were saying that he threw up a little bit. Is that true? Or?
No. He hit me at the same time with the liver, on the liver, with the shield, but I was burping at the same time.
Okay.
I was so when I drank the water, I was burping. It wasn't like he made me throw up, but from his body shot, while I was burping, did make it come up. So
drink the water.
yeah, it was good though.
Malik, speaking of body shots, we see a lot of that in the videos that he's released with, obviously with you with the pad on. You talked earlier about also like slipping the left hook going under because Tyson's a taller guy. Do you feel that's is that like a good strategy going into that? Because talking to Tyson, he was saying going a body shot just kind of leaves his head open more, or is that just maybe a strategy of what you guys put out to the media? Obviously, you
big men don't go to the body. Why not? Exactly. Tell me why big guys don't go to the body.
Opens them up.
Yeah, they feel as though it opens them up. But why do it open them up? Because you're not putting no decoys behind it. You're not dressing the body shot up before you throw it if you're a tall guy. I told one of the guys, you guys, just 5-10 minutes ago, Tommy Hearns was a very long guy. He threw incredible body shots against shorter opponents. How was he able to do that? Because he would decorate the body shot first. He would dress the body shot up first. You got to feint. My system and my mindset works like this with boxing. Boxing doesn't go like this to me. Boxing goes like this. It's not parallel. That's how boxing goes. So it's almost like if I'm looking at your head, I'm really thinking about your belly button. If I throw a 1, 2, 3 at your head, I'm really using the left hook to your head as not an in-tempo shot. That right there is the momentum to give me the liver shot. I'm dressing you up to go downstairs. I'm dressing you up downstairs to go upstairs, especially if I'm tall, because if you're tall, you kind of expose yourself. Everything has to be done with intent. If Tommy Hearns, if Lennox Lewis, if Vitaly Klitschko is probably one of the most underrated body punchers of all time, and he was a long guy. But he got the body shots in due to how he was how his body was mechanically set up. Of course, now is he gonna go to the body with the same style that we'll say Joe Frazier would do? No, he don't have that body type. I'm not saying Deontay should be down there digging like Joe Frazier, but no, you're gonna get that body. Fury was born with a big body for Deontay Wilder to hit.
Exactly.
God gave Fury all that body for Deontay to work with, man.
He supposed to
we
be
have to hit
bruised
him to
up.
the body. We have to beat him up. Look what God gave us with this dude. A lot of body, and he's gotten bigger too. We take advantage of that, man.
He's got to be curious. You know, we see what that right hand does up top. It's curious. What would that do down to the body?
Absolutely. Right. So you just got to make
The
sure
right hand gonna help Deontay break up the weight disparity, because he gonna land punches so Fury can't walk in, and then he can come back and load that right hand up.
Right.
So Malik, so obviously you became the new trainer, and Breland was removed because of throwing in the towel. Obviously you guys aren't expecting to lose, but have you guys had a discussion if it did come to that point, or are you guys?
If what came to what point?
If is a stop, like a corner stoppage, even?
I would never stop a fight with Deontay Wilder.
So referee stoppage.
I would never stop a fight with Deontay Wilder in it ever. I don't care. I know what he's trying to do to people, and I know the responsibility that he gave me in the talks that we have over years too. This wasn't nothing new about him not wanting to fight trainer that would throw a towel in. Like, this is not somebody that's not trying to send you to the next dimension that's saying that. It's not like he's saying, I could do it to y'all can't do it to me. He's telling you that he's very verbal and transparent about what he's trying to do to people when he's fighting them or when he's hitting them.
Do you guys feel comfortable with the referee that's been picked in this situation? Because obviously you guys aren't going to ever stop it. Maybe a referee stops it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's all, like, that's their business, man. Like, my business is to have Deontay always mentally ready, physically ready, making sure he know that humility and being responsible is a part of having an incredible skill set and keeping your foundation good and not overcommitting and stuff like that, and just being on point and being alert, because there's always something going on in the ring. Even if you think you're out of a reach of a guy, you're always in reach of a guy. I love when I see boxers shadow boxing with serious intent and not just going through the motions, because then I watch them same guys that shadow box with serious intent, they carry into the ring, and then when they in the ring fighting, they're fighting with serious intent. Pernell Whitaker used to shadow box and slip as if punches was really coming. He wasn't shadow boxing and looking out at the crowd. Hey, you ever see some of these guys be shadow boxing playing in the gym? This shit's awful. Like it's just a going through the motion thing, and then they'll say, hey, somebody record this, they give you 30 seconds of a good shadow box, and then once the dude done recording it, they back to talking. Everything to me should be done with intent.
And,
That
you,
was dope.
and you've been in the gym with tons of people, and obviously Usyk, you congratulated him.
Absolutely.
I
Very
know
proud of
this-
Usyk. Very proud of Usyk.
I know this
Spent
might
a lot
be-
of time with him.
I know this might be maybe people view this as a biased perspective because you work with Wilder, but if Wilder and Usyk fought each other, would it be a one-sided fight or would it be a competitive fight? Or how do you
Yes,
think-
one-sided.
It would be competitive fight as long as it lasts. Because one-sided, I don't. One-sided wouldn't even keep me on point as far as being the head trainer. That's not Bermane Stavern we're fighting. That's not somebody like the brains behind Tyson Fury, Sugar Hill, and the brains behind that whole thing he got going on is what keep me on point and keeping me up to 5 a.m. film study. Would keep me on point with Deontay technicalities. Would keep me on point with telling Deontay we always have, because I know what's across the ring. I know what we're dealing with, and I know what I have, and I know who I'm training. So it's like I can't look at. It's impossible for me to look at Usyk as it's an easy fight for Deontay. I'm never going to look at a fight like that. I'll say this: a fight can be as easy as Deontay wanted to make it. I'll say that.
So you're saying sometimes he makes fights a little hard for himself?
I wouldn't. Yeah, definitely. If a fighter's not using all of the tools in his toolbox, at times, yeah, there's a possibility he can make a fight harder. Definitely. But even at times when he would use 2 or 3 tools, it's just like I just expect so much out of Deontay because I know what he can do. I see stuff. Like the dude could do so much, man. So much. Like he just do whatever it is he want to do, he can do. It's just all about wanting to do it the right way.
Subscribe to me if you want more of the Boxing Guru Show.
Come get it. 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 Come get it.